Yet another day and yet another dollar for ya boy here. We absolutely killed it today. We went 3 for 3 on our trades, and I want to break down all three of these trades for you guys. Now, all three of these trades combined led to around $1,823 in profit. Plus, I did pass the first day of another eval. So, pretty good day, I would say. Now, I do first want to break down the first trade that we took this morning, which was off of Orb. This was one of the easiest and lowest stress plays I've ever taken in my life. So we did take this play on the 2 minute time frame, and looking here, you guys can see we break out of Orb right here. We get our call from the Buzzbot. This was a 5 minute candle break as well. Then from there, we go ahead and just rock it up to our TP. We only see 3 red candles, and they are all bunched together right here. So we almost made it through this entire play without a ticket drawdown and without a red candle. Really stress-free trade. The only con to this was since we didn't get the retest on the 2 minute time frame, we did have to take a half position. So I only took 5 contracts and still made $783, where I would have made obviously around 1,500. So I'll take it. I'm not mad. If we could have gotten that retest, I could pick and choose things to be mad about. But at the end of the day, profit is profit, and I will take that any day of the week. Now, this trade is a little bit more interesting. The orb trade really just ran to our TP, so there's not much to talk about. But this trade's really interesting. Now, I was noticing that we were looking a little bit rounded up at the top here. I mean, you can see we have a pretty nice rounded top. So I was expecting a sell-off to eventually occur. And that's what we ended up getting. So I do want to first point out that we have a lot of touch points on this line. We have one right here, a few right here, one 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 right here, and one right here. So obviously before this right here, we still had a bunch of touch points, and I knew that once we did inevitably break this trend line, which by the way, we got a beautiful break and retest. If you want to know what a break and retest looks like, it looks like this. You break down, you come back, you retest, and you push down. I mean, that's literally exactly what it is. That is one of the cleanest break and retests I've seen of all time. So I definitely was looking at that. Once we did see that sell off below all of these touch points, that is where I was looking for my entry. I wanted to see a low really get created below this. Then I wanted to see some confirmation that we were going to shoot back off of these, touch points that we made. So that is exactly what happens, and that's exactly where I got my entry. Now, I could have chased a little bit early and still been totally fine. I really wanted to get the entry off of this candle right here because I thought this was the candle that was kind of going to indicate to us that we were going to start to sell off. But I did decide to wait a little bit, and obviously that did help out, this time around in my favor. Another time it could have just gone right down to our TP. We missed the trade. Things happen, but this time we were able to get into the trade, and this was a great entry. I mean, we damn near top tick the entry here, and we take it all the way back down to where we do create these lows over here and into a 1 hour fair value gap where we just go ahead and take the exit. We lock in $1,046 in profit. So a pretty damn good trade if you ask me, and I was very happy with this one. We were waiting all day for this chop to kind of figure itself out, and it finally did, and we capitalized on it. So I was very happy about that. The one bad thing about this is if you look at my entry, I went to go send the alert. Okay. And this dump right here happened in the last 5 seconds of the candle. And then we just absolutely shot down. I went to go send the alert at where I entered, 25,070. And when we got to the alert, we were already like 40 points into profit. And I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? I can't send out the alert now. I mean, of course we ended up selling off, but it's not safe at that point. But I'm complaining about shit that doesn't need to be complained about. We went 3 for 3 today, had an absolute banger this morning on live where this trade ran over 200% for options. And then obviously we got a good bit of profit for futures. And then lastly, I do want to talk about this quick little scalp that I took over here on my eval. So I did take this scalp based off of the rejection out of this 9 EMA. We also did have a 5 minute fair value gap up here. It's over on my top step, but we did have a 5 minute fair value gap that we did reject out of. And push down off of these yesterday highs. So from there, we did look for that move down to orb, and that is exactly what we got. We got a really good entry and a really good exit on this trade. So I was pretty happy with this one. Of course, probably not my best trade technically, but at the end of the day, it was a very high confidence scalp, especially with the way that we had been selling off, and it was an eval. So I'm willing to take that risk. That's exactly what we did, and we were rewarded for it. So this was another great trade. But that is really it, guys. A few great trades sprinkled into our day always makes us feel good. Now, once again, we had this really nice break of orb, and we just absolutely ran through everything. I mean, we absolutely crushed it. These are PM lows right here, and these are PM highs right here, and this is yesterday highs. We absolutely ripped through both of those, hitting our TP pretty easily. Then we had this break of structure out of this trend line, then below our touch point line, let's call it that. And that's where we end up getting our entry. And then we push all the way back down to that gap that we have created at that 1 hour right here. From there, we continue to push back through. Wasn't really another entry for a trade. We could have taken an entry right here off of these highs right here, but nonetheless, I'm still happy with where we ended up. And honestly, if I wasn't yapping, we could have possibly had an entry right here. But still, another good scalp off of those lows right there, and we did see another past day for our eval. So a great day right there. I really don't have much more. I'm gonna start yapping if I keep talking, so I'm gonna keep it and cut it here. Make sure you guys do drop a like. Make sure you guys do subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys were able to catch any of these plays, and let me know in the comments down below if you guys are ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow we have a pretty big announcement. Now, that is what I'm going to leave you with. I'm going to leave you with a bit of a cliffhanger there. You guys put 2 and 2 together on what that is going to be, and I will see y'all tomorrow afternoon.